You know, if you're like me and your car lives outside, out on the street, maybe in a separate garage, something to that effect, some of you have been asking, how do I get my car hooked up to Wi-Fi? Because maybe I'd like to, get software updates a little faster, whatever the case may be. So today I'm going to show you what I think is an inexpensive solution for you to cure your problem. So that is my ingenious exterior range extender. It is completely waterproof, and I've had it outside my house now for about 3 years, and I've never had any issues. We've had minus 30 degree centigrade weather, and it's never ever given me any trouble. I've had rain, snow, wind, all kinds of stuff. So it's completely weatherproof. And as you can see here, there's only one cable going into it. That's because it has power over Ethernet. So I highly recommend that. That device shoots Wi-Fi all the way down my street and certainly in front of my garage so that my car can connect to it. My wife's car lives inside the garage. My car lives outside because this is our daily driver. This is what we use day in and day out. And I want internet access on my car. So let me just show you. So if I come in the car here and I tap on that, you'll see that I'm currently hooked up to my Wi-Fi extender here in the backyard. I get full strength, and that allows me to zoom in and out on the menus and get the software updates. So that works quite well. So let me go inside the house and show you how I have this thing set up. So the first thing is, this is the main router that came from my internet supplier. This is Rogers, and it is the main demarcation point for the internet coming into the house. I've turned off the routing capabilities or the Wi-Fi in this because I use a Eero mesh network, which I have about 4 of these pucks laying around the house. Basically, the cable comes into this box. The Eero then plugs into here. It is the main router for the house, okay? And I have most of this stuff plugged into a switcher because I have so many different devices. Don't want to make this too complicated, but there is one wire that comes out of here and it goes into this little box right here. Okay, so that is the ingenious PoE or power over Ethernet injector. So this cable right here is the inside. So that goes into my my switch. There's electricity that comes in, and this wire goes outside to the range extender, and that supplies power over the Ethernet cable, so I don't have to worry about a power wart or a power device sitting outside in the elements. So that's one of the reasons I recommend the ingenious device, is because it has power over Ethernet, which allows you to place the device anywhere you want outside without having to worry about electricity. All right, let's go take a look at the device and show you how it's set up. So I've just logged into the router's control panel here. This is the IP address that I log in as. This is the second device on my network. The first device, which is my mesh network, I can't log in because there is no web interface to that device. It's one of the newer units that uses an app on your phone to configure. Just so you know, the model number is an ENS202EXT. It's a wireless access point and client bridge. The first thing I want to show you here is how I have it configured. So if I go under operation mode, I have it set up as an access point. The reason I have it set up as an access point is I don't want it to offer any kind of routing capabilities or anything like that. I just want it to be able to pass data from that range extender, which is sitting outside, to my primary router inside the house. So let's go into IP address settings and you'll see how we have this configured. So the first thing you'll notice here is that this is the IP address of the device, and then I have the gateway set to IP address 1. That is my mesh network, so those are the Eeros that I have inside the house. Primary DNS I have manually set because I like to use Google's DNS and OpenDNS as my DNS routers. These are good IP addresses, by the way. If you ever want to set up your network, I do recommend these numbers because they have lots of features like anti-phishing and malware detection and so on and so forth. So sometimes a lot better than the configuration that you might get from your ISP. We'll go into the wireless network settings, and you can see here I have it set to B, G, and N mixed. Don't have a lot of stuff here changed. I have an SSID set up like this, is WPA2. It's currently enabled. You can change different SSIDs, or you can turn them on, so you have up to 4 different SSIDs if you want. And in my case, it's very basic. It's just to give me internet access into the backyard so that devices, or we sit in the backyard, we have access to it, and primarily also for my Model X to connect to it. Under MAC address filter, of course, you can turn this on if you want, so you can do some filtering so you can only allow certain devices. If you know what you're doing here, you can certainly do that if you'd like. Other than that, set yourself a very good password on your wireless router, in this case here, the access point. I do recommend you make it different than your primary router. Just protect yourself, right? And also change your passwords on a regular basis too. That's really it. As far as this is concerned, it works like a charm. As soon as I get home, my Model X connects to it, so that allows me to get faster software updates either through Wi-Fi. Sometimes if I sit in the car and want browser access, whatever. The only problem I have with this is on occasion I'll get dropouts. I think it's just the positioning. I really should move the access point in the backyard to something a little bit better, maybe so it's a little bit more line of sight. But this is by far the easiest way to get internet access out to your car if you're sitting in a garage or maybe out on the street or in a parking garage. Hope this helps. That's it for now. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel, and we'll talk to you in the next video. Thanks for watching, folks.